So we're here with Dr. Greg Wells, very famous celebrity from TV from the Olympics.
Hi, I'm Dr. Greg Wells. Olympic athletes are a rare and amazing species. They face astounding pressure, yet still find a way to excel. It's all in their brain. See, when their brains perceive stress, it sends a signal down through the spinal cord. That's the easy part. Now you have to land on a slope so steep, you or I would get nervous just walking down it.
Today, Greg and I just finished a bike ride in Scarborough, tour of Scarborough. First time for me up in the city streets of Toronto, so that was an interesting experience. But, you know, Greg has a great perspective on rest, recovery, just, sit less, move more, eat properly, and yeah, maybe you can just give us some thoughts when you pass 40,
Yeah.
and we're there, and just wrapping your head around being active every day. Maybe you can share some thoughts on that.
Yeah, sure. So I'm a prof at U of T and a scientist at Sick Kids, and what I do is I study exercise medicine, how we can use exercise and nutrition and sleep to improve health, either in elite athletes or in people with chronic illnesses. But now that I'm over 40, I'm trying to apply all that stuff to myself more and more every day. And there's so many little things that can add up, but I find the simpler that we make it, the more successful everyone becomes at it. So little things like consistency is everything. You don't have to make massive changes, but you do have to make consistent changes. I always say the aggregate of 1% gains is a big concept for people to think about. Like, just try to be 1% better every day. That's about 15 minutes. It's a little bit of walking. It's taking the stairs instead of an escalator. It's reducing your calorie intake by 1%, or changing your calorie intake to be healthier fats instead of saturated animal fats, reducing sugar intake, increasing fiber intake, all those little tiny things like that can add up to make a huge difference over a long period of time. And that's what I think people are really latching onto these days. And you and I just went for a really great ride, about 90 minutes. We were just sort of on side streets up and down and chatting, and it's not a super incredibly difficult workout, but it's 90 minutes of great physical activity and being social. And I'm a lot happier now than I was, at 6:45 this morning. So I'm happier. I feel great. I'm ready for the day. And
Just so you know, he slept in for this ride. I was up at 5 o'clock to drive up here to get for this ride, so it's okay. You sleep in.
Yeah, the sun's just about to come up there over Lake Ontario. You can just see it coming up the top of the lake right now. On my way to see Dr. Greg Wells to do a nice bike ride down the boardwalk across the beautiful city of Toronto.
Yeah, that was
Sleep's important.
Sleep is important. I have 2 little kids, so I haven't slept in years, but eventually I'm hoping that when they are a little bit older, we get back to a bit more of a normal sleep routine for sure.
Awesome. So, you know what? If you have any sort of last sort of parting advice for, again, that guy over 40 who's just getting back, or that girl over 40 who's just getting back into fitness, I think, going back the way we sort of thought about fitness in high school may be the wrong approach. Just one day at a time, one step at a time. Greg and I both became Ironman triathletes in our 40s, something that was not probably on your agenda. It wasn't on my agenda when I was younger, but we got there one day at a time, one step at a time. So, if you think of, like Greg said, 1%, those 1% make the huge difference. And if you have any kind of like parting words of wisdom.
Sure. So, both my wife and I kind of got back into fitness after having kids and starting careers and moving houses and getting settled and all those sorts of things. And, my wife, Judith's doing an incredible job now. She's training very consistently, and she started from really nothing. And she was, we had some challenges around getting and staying pregnant. So she was not really exercising for about 4 or 5 years, and she's coming out of a very athletic background. So, she started back with walking the kids, playing in the park, stretching, yoga, and then gradually starting up to jogging, and then eventually, actually getting back into some track workouts. And now, after about 18 months or so, she's training for a marathon and doing a really great job with that. So it takes a lot of time, and all you have to do is just have to start small. Me personally, I'm actually trying to do 4 different things, trying to build fitness, a little bit of cardio every week, strength, and back in the weight room, because I feel the more I'm in the weight room, the better I feel. And I certainly think that's something that goes as we age. Flexibility is key. I'm really trying to get back into doing some yoga, which I did a lot of in my late 20s and early 30s. And then some speed work. I love the fact that you can actually go out and do what would seem as coming out of an endurance background, an easier workout, which might be 10 times a minute of really, really fast running on 5 minutes rest, and that's your workout for the day. It's a lot of fun, but interval training can be really awesome for you as well. So start small, build up, mix it up, do lots of different things, enjoy yourself. Obviously being outdoors in a beautiful, incredible spot makes it a lot easier, and do it with friends and family, and try to inspire somebody else to come along the ride with you.
And you touched on that. We talked about that in our ride. My wife is one of my biggest inspirations now, because she's somebody who didn't come from a sport background, has become somebody who trains and invests in herself every day, not to be a marathoner, not to be a triathlete, but just to be a healthier person. And we were hiking in the Niagara Gorge after both doing a long workout a couple of Sundays ago, and it was beautiful like this. And if you've ever been to the Niagara Gorge, it's quite the hike coming out of the gorge. And we got to the top and sort of looked at each other with a big smile on our face and said, you know what? Do you see all the people we were passing? We were huffing and puffing. They were half our age.
Yeah.
And we just climbed out of there like billy goats, and off we went. That's what we're looking for, is just better quality of life as we grow older. So,
yeah.
Guys, if you have any comments, thanks for watching today. Leave a comment below on our YouTube channel. And thanks, Greg, for being a part of this today, and for sharing your insights. And great. Check out Greg's website as well, or his YouTube channel as well. A lot of great videos there about sports science and just the body. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Have a heart-fit day today. All right, let's get to the sun here. So we got.
We should probably face this way.
This way a little bit. No,
yeah.
Come here by me. The sun's going to sort of be in our
Okay,
faces
perfect.
like that.